Great. Welcome to our weekly package retro. We're going off an agenda, and first for what went not so well, Steve is up.
So this week, just getting a bit stressed about delivering all the P1 items that are in 13.0, sort of as time is ticking down. And I think it's also magnified knowing that I'm going to be out at the end of the month. So it's causing some additional stress. And then this week, I still am feeling like I'm not spending enough time on the Go proxy community contribution. And it's to the point where I think I'm the one holding it up right now, which isn't good. Over to Tim.
Are there things that we could talk after, but maybe there's some things we could take off your plate if it's stressful, or we could do some balancing for the rest of the milestone? So for me, I spent significantly more time responding to customer and prospect emails and writing the release post, so I didn't get to spend as much time on issue grooming, but it was, yeah, it was useful. I could read for Gigi. Composer is taking a little longer than I was hoping, with some trickier technical things to sort out, and I haven't produced many MRs due to mostly sketching out a solution and debugging. On to David.
So this week, my MRs felt slow. I had a lot of ping pongs with maintainers just to present and transmit the context around the MR. Also, the container expiration policy usage, so what we have added to the usage ping, had a missing piece to make it usable on production. And so now we have to fix it next week. Over to Nico.
Yeah, so mixing front-end work with back-end work and with some docs work on top of it is taking a bit its toll. They all have different workflow and nuances, and it's tiring a bit. Also, I think due to the few days of holidays, I'm running short of one task for 13.0, but I should make it. Oh, I have a lot of points. One copy change, so many changes. So the sidebar change ended up between two different MR. There is more than 35 different files changed just for a relabeling. That's interesting. And I did discover a bug in the process. And the time that I should use to finalize my maintainer MR keeps slipping from my hands. And so I promised Monday morning to get to it. And over to Ian.
It took a little bit more time than I expected this week to catch up. I had a vacation recently, and it's spring, so it's holiday season in the Netherlands. And it's just taking longer to comb through all the emails and all the to-dos and make sure I'm not blocking anyone. Over to Haley.
All right. Yeah, so getting the blob upload put handler done it's been kind of annoying, since I was hoping to save that until later after we had more experience writing other handlers, but it ends up other handlers depend on it. And it needs to be more integrated with the existing registry. It needs to coordinate with file system rights, and it will always have to coordinate with file system rights. So it's tough to have to do something that needs to be more refined first. On to Joe.
There is still no consensus about where the registry data should live, but it's been an interesting conversation. On to Steve with what went well.
I opened 6 MRs, which felt very productive, and hopefully this next week is followed with a closed version update of that. And my momentum has just been very high this week, and I think this is sort of partially from coming from a full week of only working half days with the Postgres training. It sort of just left me feeling like I had a lot more time to do things, which was good. I also felt very confident on just about every database review I gave this week. Over to Tim.
Yeah, mine's the flip side of what went not so well. So talking to a lot of customers and prospects, we're getting a lot of questions and interest in the package registry, and people are feeling like excited and aligned with our roadmap and strategy, which feels like some extra confirmation we had this week, which was nice. On to, oh, I'll read GG. I feel like the composer work is 80% done with just some final bits to sort out. And on to David.
So I'm seeing more community involvement in the package issues, or am I dreaming? I opened an issue like 2 days ago. Yesterday it was picked up, and today it's already in maintainer review. So it's awesome. And on the file uploads plan, the Workhorse MR has been merged, and that unlocks the next step, which is Rails. That's really good. Over to Nico.
So first package GraphQL MR, it's ready. It's being reviewed, and like hopefully we will be able to pick up the momentum from here and keep adding feature. And also I think the GraphQL mob programming went well, beside me going a little bit brain dead towards the end. And there's the video. And, and over to Ian.
This week was pretty great. We were able to get the container registry UI epic all created. That was around 15 unique issues, and each issue has to qualify like why it's valuable to a user, and also includes the specific design, taking it from where it is to where we want it to go. So it's a pretty intense process and a lot of refinement and a lot of talking to Nico, which I'm sure was annoying for him. But another cool thing that happened is we had a UX showcase last week about the jobs to be done and the research that we had done around that for the package stage. And out of that, I've already gotten a huge number of coffee chats and discussions around how other teams could be doing the same validation work that we're doing, which is a really good sign that we're doing awesome stuff, and that we can kind of spearhead and lead other areas and how to strategize, which felt really good. Over to João.
So this week we made some solid improvements to the registry database schema. We shouldn't need to do much more changes from now on, so it's ready to be reviewed by the database team and to look at scalability and performance more closely. On to Eli.
Right. So GitLab Development Kit uses our version of the container registry now, which is great.
That's awesome.
So, and then I'm really happy with our testing strategy with Postgres. It's developing in a way that seems very manageable. It can be tough to have tests that are easy to write and use, that also make use of an external service. And I think we're doing a good balance between really testing the real thing and having a convenient way to do that. So that seems to be it. No action items.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching at home, and we'll talk to you soon.